Hey guys, how's it going? This is, as you could probably tell, a late 2000s MacBook. Specifically, this is a 4.1 model from early 2008. I have it on macOS 10.6.8. It's got a Core 2 Duo and 4 gigabytes of RAM. But if you know a lot about macOS, this is not the latest version this machine can run. In fact, I could upgrade this to macOS Lion if I wanted to, which is 10.7. I wanted to install this on 10.7 when I reinstalled the operating system last night, but I couldn't get a bootable USB working. I was able to get the installer from apple.com or wherever it's like a support page, and yeah, this is the app called Install macOS 10 Lion. This is what you would technically get if you installed it from the App Store back then, but I am not paying. You had to pay for the App Store one for a good while, and I don't want to do that. So without further ado, well, I will mention this. You can see that it's plugged in. You might have noticed this little battery icon up here. That's because I took the battery out. Let's see if I can find it. Have it here somewhere. Here it is, because it doesn't work like at all, and it is a potential fire hazard. And while it's on my desk, you can't even tell that it doesn't have a battery. So since it doesn't change the functionality if it's plugged in or not, I'm just gonna leave the battery out. Alright, I'm fluffing too much. Let's hit continue. I read this for sure. Agree. I clicked agree. Will be installed on the only hard drive here. Preparing to install, and I don't know what this means. I think I remember it being in the Crazy Ken video that he did with this. I remember he did it on, I know that it was an aluminum MacBook, but I think it was the one that just said MacBook, no MacBook Pro, if I remember correctly. And I should be able to cross-reference his guide, because I know that he was on Snow Leopard. I think 10.6.8 is the newest version of Snow Leopard. Pardon if my Wi-Fi is a bit slow on here, as it's kind of taking a while, because this won't connect to my home Wi-Fi. I don't know why. I believe it's just an age-related issue with having a new router and an old computer. There we go. It's not bad. So I use my phone's hotspot. Software could not be verified. It may have been corrupted or tampered with. And the installer's gone. So yeah, I'll see what I have to do to get it working. Shouldn't be too difficult. And I will return momentarily with the possible solution. So I watched his video guide. It's not really a guide, it's just showing how annoyed he got. So if I right click on this and then hit show package contents, shared support, this EST is meaningful somehow. I have a USB drive in here. I just have it named 64 at the moment to designate how much storage it has. And I'm gonna open disk utility right here. I don't know if you heard that, but that was the drive spinning up. Let's just hit restore application. Do I have to pull it right out of the? This shall go on my desktop. Okay. Well, we shall wait about 3 minutes, which it either is like quicker than this or shorter than this. I'll speed this up in post, and we'll be back when this is on the desktop. And there we have it. It should be on the desktop. There it is. Install esd.dmg. That did take a little bit, but not too bad. There's that. Source image. Install esd.dmg. Open. Destination disk. Drag it from the list on the left. 64. Erase that and replace it with the install ESD. Please work. All right. Well, this did not exactly go to plan, so I just gotta cut right there. Skip ahead. I gotta find the part where this ends, and go right there. No point in showing things that didn't work. Oh. Okay. Shoot. It did end up doing the same thing that Ken's did. Could not restore, could not allocate memory. Why did it say this? I don't know. It looked like it went through the entire process, start to finish. The bar went all the way across, and it did this. So, where do I go from here? Well, I'm gonna try to find a, I guess, drive duplicator technically, because it would be a drive image. I'm gonna try to find this. I'm probably gonna have to like erase this. It's gonna have to like read. Just gonna erase this partition on the drive, and I'm gonna do this process on my newer Mac, which is on standby, because I'm not sure really what to do from here. I hope I don't have to pay for it. I'm not going to pay for software, so I don't want to can this entire video. I'm just going to copy and paste this over. And I'll see what happens. Why did the focus get goofed? Messing things up. Alright, I'm back. It's been a little bit. So, I made OAM, the reflection. I made this USB that should have the Lion installer flash to it. With my MacBook, I literally already forgot the name of the app. BalenaEtcher. I will have a link to it in this video's description if you would like to download it. It's free, pretty simple. I would recommend. Alright, so I'm gonna put this USB into the Mac. You can't see it. Turn it on, and then I'll hold the option when the screen goes white. Option, I'll send it to boot picker mode. Here we have Mac OS X, which is the Lion installer. And I recognize this Apple logo. That's the Lion logo. You can kind of tell. I doubt you can in video. That zoom did not transition well. You can kind of tell there's like a slight concave design to it, where it's like, looks like it's kind of sunken in. It's hard to tell, but this is Lion. And, I'm stoked. I got it working. I've been using my Magic Mouse with this because I like my Magic Mouse. A lot of people don't like the Magic Mouse. I don't know why. It's thin, which I guess is uncomfortable, but it's cool. And it's not connecting to the computer. That's linen. That is linen. Which means macOS 10 Lion. So, I'm gonna lose the stuff on Snow Leopard. Gosh darn it, man. Well, it wasn't a lot. I didn't have really anything on there. So yeah, we're gonna go to terminal and set the clock back just to be safe here. I can't do the cool zoom thing anymore. Cool. I will return momentarily with the right terminal prompt. Should work. Close out of this, close out of the window on my Mac. How do I get out of terminal? I am gonna lose the iTunes stuff that I had on here not too long ago, but I didn't really configure a lot. Continue. Agree. Agree. Macintosh HD. Shaboom! Why did I say that? Yeah. I will return once macOS Lion is done this install. I don't see why it wouldn't work. If it doesn't work, I will be a sad man. And with that, we're rebooting into the Lion installer. I think it would be the out-of-box experience, if I remember correctly. I haven't set up very many Macs, not nearly as many as I have Windows PCs. So this is a fairly new process to me, and yeah, I'll get to see it in action. I will say, this white polycarbonate MacBook still looks pretty elegant today. I think it's somehow held up better than the what are they called? The unibody MacBooks of the time. I'm not a huge fan of the unibody MacBooks of the time. I don't like them. And with that, the install is ready. You can hit restart. And there it goes. Yeah, the lighting's a bit different. The computer looks much more yellow. Oh. Okay. And that's just because it took forever. I used a natural light and at the start of this video from just lights outside, and it's dark out now. It is a cool 6:16. I will be back in hopefully not too long with a short little demonstration of macOS Lion. I'll be back. So, after finishing the installation, this computer is on macOS 10.7.5, which is Lion. It's been a day, or a couple days, since I finished the install. I couldn't record when I set it up after the install, but the process was actually pretty straightforward. They introduced natural scrolling, and that was pretty much it. One thing that did happen is, if you can tell, the iTunes icon has a white music note. When I turned it on, it had a black music note, which means that it downgraded iTunes to iTunes 10. This is iTunes 11. I don't know how that happened, but I was just able to reinstall iTunes 11 and it's completely fine, not an issue. Otherwise, macOS Lion is visually pretty similar to Snow Leopard that it was on before. However, there are, some differences, such as the launchpad. What's notable about this early version that many people don't know is that it doesn't have a search bar. So I can't just type in, for example, disk utility and just have it show up like in modern macOS. They added a search bar in Mountain Lion, which was the second iteration of the launchpad. So yeah, not many people remember that it didn't have a search bar for a bit, which is pretty odd. It also introduced full screen apps using this little button that looks like a full screen icon in something like YouTube. When you click this, it takes up the entire display, and you can't window manage like this. You'd instead have to access your other windows. On a Magic Mouse, it works like this. They also incorporated what is this called? I can't even remember now. the dashboard into it instead of the way it used to be where it would overlap. There's, like I said, there's not too much that's different here. They added iCloud. Oh, very importantly, they added mission control. So if I open just a couple windows, what else can I open? System preferences, and why am I completely blanking? Preview, which that doesn't even open a window. It's not helpful at all. You can just double tap the surface of your mouse if it's a Magic Mouse, and it shows you everything you've opened with this linen background that they don't do anymore, unfortunately. There's not a touchpad gesture yet, unless this touchpad doesn't have it, but you can click this toggle for quick access. And there's also a button, it would have been F3 on some older Macs, that will pull this up. And I believe I mentioned it, iCloud was added in this version. So, like, Mail and iCal, believe it or not, still work on here. FaceTime unfortunately doesn't work, it's quite a shame. They redesigned some apps as well, so iCal now has this somewhat gaudy leather strip at the top. You could even see like torn paper. It was very skeuomorphic, didn't last very long at all. Not many people liked it. Photo Booth had my favorite example of excessive skeuomorphism. Hey, if you click the full screen button on Photo Booth, it's a bit laggy because this is a older computer. It does this weirdly extra full photo booth, which I'm gonna imagine not too many people even knew about. And this isn't a good camera by any means, so it looks horrible. But yeah, it was very, very interesting, some of the design choices they made back in the early 2010s and the late 2000s. One thing that I'd like to mention, some people have compiled this browser called Interweb, which is based on Firefox and allows you to pretty much go to any modern website, which Safari on this version of macOS definitely won't let you do. I would definitely recommend it if you're looking to do pretty much anything on this anymore. Like if you need to download anything straight to get interweb, download it from on another computer. Just for reference, old web browsers have somewhat trouble showing apple.com. This handles it great. I don't know why it glitches on this Vision Pro screen, but it handles the Apple website perfectly. This is how it should look, because yeah, it's just an older version of Firefox, but with code that allows it to support newer websites. There are some graphical issues here and there, but for the most part, it's pretty usable. DOS Dude 1, who's kind of a legend, has also compiled Discord Lite, which lets you completely interact with Discord. It's kind of interesting how this works. This is just the MKBHD subreddit, but I mean, I'm not just gonna type anything because it's like public, but yeah, you could literally just use Discord on this if you really wanted to. It has pings too. Lets you do pretty much anything you normally would on Discord, but with limits. No video, of course, because it's of course not. And classic iTunes is a joy. This computer is kind of my old iPod station, so for guys like this, iPods generally work better with older computers. iPod Touches, I don't really think I've had any issues, but I get like calendar sync, which doesn't work on my newer Macs. And specifically, iPod Shuffle Gen 2s don't like newer Macs. So this MacBook has come very handy for those iPod Shuffle 2s. Well, not this MacBook specifically, older versions of iTunes. I haven't really tried iTunes 12, but I know that iTunes 11, which this has, works pretty good. And yeah, that'll wrap this up. If you enjoyed, leave a like to help this get promoted to some other people. I had some fun making this. It was one of my first projects in Final Cut, and yeah, I might make another video or two about featuring some programs like Discord and interweb for this older computer. I might not, who knows. Yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.